Hello, loyal subjects, and welcome back to another episode of the Old City Leviathan. I recently got a graphics card update, and so I don't know if you can see it. I can see it, but things are already a lot smoother, going to be a lot less choppier playing the game. Chris of the California Kings, Idaho Jack on Steam. We are loading their dream. Not just their dream, but that's the name of the chapter. Anyways, Chapter 6, Their Dream. Excuse me. Been a little under the weather lately, so I apologize if I'm a little...
How much do you know of the old world?
Oh, this is
Did
so
you
much
even
nicer.
exist? Were you thrown overboard when your fall occurred, floundering in a new and terrifying negativity? My transition was not a comfortable one, so in this we can feel a measure of companionship.
Okay, so this being the 4th episode that I'm making of this game, I wanted to make some commentary gameplay-wise. Okay, number one, this is gorgeous. I'm so glad I upgraded my graphics card, if only for this. Wow, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful game. Thank God it's not choppy anymore. So gameplay-wise, this is not really a game in which you do much.
Do you still believe in a world out there in the blue?
Do I? This is pretty. Yeah, this is definitely not a game in which you do much. Not much interactivity. This is a game about telling a story and presenting it as a visual medium, so... I haven't been commenting too much on the game itself, mostly on the intriguing aspects of the story and how they're presenting everything. I got a jump button, but so far the jump button hasn't really done anything for me. And I can zoom in on things, but I think that's really mostly for just the reading aspects. And the interact button has so far just been about opening doors. So... I don't know, let's, oh man, so much smoother.
Books on top of books on top of books.
Okay.
Voices creeping in from the vasts of a larger and more ancient world, now trapped in the claustrophobia of narrow minds and cold halls.
Narrow minds and cold halls. There used to be people here. There's been evidence of people in the... Are we back at the water
old
treatment?
world was worthy of the waters that still flow from the inland. These green pipes that provide us with the basic sustenance we need for a pointless existence are nothing but charitable structures for an already stagnant populace. In this sense, our ideas never change because we rejected the source for its fruits.
To Overseer Principal of the Northwest Quad, if you see a dweller named Belle, restrain her immediately. We're certain that she has defected to the guild cause, and she should not be allowed to harm your garrison with any form of espionage. Intelligence has confirmed that her defection is indeed a fact. She may try to persuade you she is simply escaping guild captivity, but this is not the case. Use whatever means necessary to extract guild information from her. Order intelligence. Guild of the Seeing Eye versus the Order of the Cause. Let's continue. To Overseer and Principal of the Northwestern Quad, notice has been received that Belle is being protected by the Guild. The information she has about our encampments may compromise the area. As a precaution, send units 8, 4, 7, and 15 down the tunnels to the docks. We'll be sending explosives to block off your subway access point. This will leave you and your family alone with a single unit of infantry. It is imperative that you stay and maintain this area. Even in personal bonds, we must exhibit no final loyalty. Of course, while I'm sure this precautionary measure will prove ultimately unnecessary, we will have to block our communication for several months. If anything does happen, it was a pleasure serving with you. One day, our certainty will win out over the evil of the guild, and the truth will be apparent to all. Excuse me. So I'm guessing that between... Why is there an arrow here? Can't go that way, actually. Alright. So I'm guessing that between these three factions, the Order of the Cosmos, the Guild of the Seeing Eye, and the Unknowing, that they've all killed each other off. They haven't been able to maintain any sort of balance, that the Minotaurs, who are, people who are free of any sort of allegiance to those three, that the Minotaurs are like peacekeepers, but they failed to peacekeep everything. Or this is one giant freaking memory / dream that our main character that we are playing as is just experiencing. And this is all in his head, and I don't know. Oh, trains. Now leaving the old city. Good luck. I will say one thing that's kind of annoying is that in a game this big, in which, you know, areas that are this big, like, yeah, you're meant to explore and meant to look around, but there is really not that big of a... Oh, what is this? Tarshish. One of the characters mentioned something about Tarshish. A city or a person. There's not that big of a difference between walking and running. Like, here I am walking. Now here I am running. It's not that much of a difference. And, you know, like, the game feels... I don't know, it feels a little bit lengthened out by the fact that you can't move very quickly through it. Behemoth. What does that say? I can't tell what that says. Behemoth. Lots of biblical references. Lots of them. Jonah, Abraham, Solomon, Behemoth. The subtitle of the game is Leviathan. I don't know what this all means. Subway access. This game is creepy as all hell. I keep waiting for that moment where something will... See, it almost kind of looks like a face if you looked up there in the corner. I'm waiting for that moment when something will, like, jump out. Oh, it's still a little choppy. Why are you still a little choppy? Don't be choppy. Something's, like, gonna jump out, and... that'll really break up the boredom. Alright, what's over here? Show me! Loading. It usually signifies a chapter break. Our dream. Okay. What's that sound?
One of the larger unknowing camps is nearby. Their lack of organization tends to make it difficult for them to avoid the conflicts between the Guild and the Order. Of course, the unknowing themselves make their own little raids. This results in it being difficult to maintain any sense of pity. Regardless, I'm sure the onslaught was horrendous. People never fight harder than when someone else attempts to uproot their anchor, even if that someone only does so by existing.
Minotaur. Can I open you? Need to open you. So far what this game reminds me of is like a museum. Like a diorama in a museum where you just get to walk through it. You can't really touch anything. You can't really do anything. But it feels very real, very lifelike. Like, I'm intrigued by the story here. Very intrigued by the story. The game is beautiful, the music is beautiful. But I question what it's all going to amount to. I guess we thought this would be some sort of haven, a light on the hill. We thought we could hide away from what the other dwellers were doing to each other, although we hated them just as much as they hated us. I guess we thought we were simply right, making us exempt from all the conflict. It's all backwards, you know? I mean, I get it, the world fell, yes, everything went to shit, and it's just that I think we assumed people would be largely the same after the old world left us. Ah, but just listen to me. I sound like a minotaur, speaking in circles about how terrible we all are, with not a friend in the world to comfort me. It's funny how I thought of them as antisocial, insufferable, and worst of all, arrogant. Now I feel as though I see the point of the isolation. I hate that it has to be this way. I can only accept all these letters on the walls if this turns out to be a dream, right? Because otherwise, who's leaving these out to be seen by other people? And why? Locks. This has got to be some sort of elaborate dream. Welcome to Jerusalem! More biblical references.
All of our dreams at their core involve some sort of contentment. This is the one desire we all share, but is it a goal that really should be met? After finding contentment, what then? Where is there left to explore after the last temporary comforts of happiness have been extracted?
I don't know. I can't even go in the water. Do anything over here? Oh, okay. What's out here? This is lovely. Oh, I like the texture work there. This is all well and good. This is all really pretty, but I don't understand what it's amounting to. You know, I think, you know... Leviathan! Are you a shipping company? Is that what you are, Leviathan? I don't get it. I still get it. Just, oh, am I stuck? Don't get stuck. Okay, I was stuck for a second there. Fish. What do you have to say? Everyone abandoned Jerusalem after we caught word that the guild force was continuing onward past the minor order camp near the subway access point. It's just me now. I have several options in front of me, but only 3 that really matter at the present. Firstly, I could simply rejoin with my old unknowing group that has now left our Jerusalem. This is particularly unwanted because of our recent disagreement. Second, I could wait here and die when the guild inevitably take the place. But the third option is what intrigues me. What if I went the Minotaur route? It's astonishing to me that I'm even considering it, given their apparent outlook on life, but there's something about the journey itself. There's something about that world, a massive world, that can only really be seen by making one's own world small. From what I can tell, you essentially have to deconstruct your entire universe in order for the larger microcosm to take over. Interesting. Okay, see, it's that little points like that where their story starts to kind of like take some semblance of a shape that I really start to get intrigued. Also, noticing the blood here on the ground, I get intrigued by that.
Our island is plagued with the fruits of a collective mental landscape that defines us as desperately holding on to something correct.
Whoa.
So there is no place to hide without truly secluding or perhaps risking the inland. On some level, I feel as though I cannot blame the dwellers. Their zeal for truth is commendable. They're fighting for something, rather than keeping it to themselves. They're acting instead of hiding. Still, must cruelty be the manifestation of certainty? If only truth did not need to be compatible with itself. If only we didn't need an anchor to be right. If only we could sail instead of collecting dust on the memories of voyages past.
Alright, it's time. I've made my decision. The guild will be here in 3 days' time and my venture in isolation awaits. It's odd that I never required any sort of dubbing. I remember that the old Minotaurs, the ones who still remember the pre-fallen world, acquired the title after breaking from the council. It's all rather stupid. Modernity, they called themselves. Members of the guild, order, and the unknowing all gathered together to make decisions on who was what before the conflicts even began. All it took was one spark. A single disagreement between people entrenched in their own ideas to initiate an infinite turmoil. The guild called it heresy, the order called it ignorance, and the unknowing sat around screaming about their need to be educated, so as to stop the oppression. To think the ideas weren't even their own. Their ideas came straight from the old city. Yes, I have seen how this works. These green pipes, these charitable structures, they are the root of our entrenchment. Well, no longer. I will find the source. What if I'm leaving the notes? And where did I get the typewriter to make all these notes with? I'm glad that in a post-apocalyptic world, somebody still has a typewriter. Beautiful world, but what am I doing? I started to say a few minutes ago that, you know, the first few chapters of this game, I was really like, what? Where? How? What's going on? And I was kind of like, you know, taken aback and kind of blindsided by the fact that there was all this, like, weirdness and stuff going on that, it kind of masked the fact that there really isn't that much going on in this game. So, like, yeah, this is pretty. And, I appreciate the fact that it's an emphasis on storytelling, but thus far I don't understand the point of the story. And there isn't any way for me to interact with this gorgeous world that they presented in front of me, let alone go any faster than a snail's pace. So, there's criticism number one. Once the sheen of the mystery of this place starts to wear off, and you start to get into things, then it's like, okay, now what is the point? You know, more symbolism, little Minotaur there. We start learning more about the classes and the guild and the order, and do I want to go through this door? Oh, I guess I didn't want to go through that door yet. Or did I? Wait. Oh. Oh? Where am I? Wait. Oh, hold on, I guess. Hold on, let me go back first. Alright. Let's go upstairs first and see what we can find.
Is this dream truly manifesting? Could the voyage be useful beyond escape?
Oh, hi. Oh, it's an earthquake. It's a godquake. Who is this voice? What am I doing here? I mean, this is all beautiful and everything. And clearly there was a lot of effort and attention to detail. But there has to be some kind of point to it. There has to be some kind of driving purpose. And that has yet to manifest itself. Aside from the fact that I am just here and I'm walking through. And it especially commits the sin of telling, not showing. You know? There are some games where I can, like, understand having to read everything, which makes sense. And then there are other games like this, where it's like, so you're going to tell me all the story in little notes. It's such a visual game, and yet, the story is told in typewritten notes left behind by other people. Nope, I can't interact with that. I have a feeling I'm going to have to end up that way. Let's go over here. I saw a house with a door on it. Slowly crawling. Oh, jump, glitch, Gucci. Let me in. Oh, okay. All right. Ooh. Intriguing. Back in the kiddie's playroom. I wonder. Alright, well, A little bit of intrigue to end off on. The next chapter is called Behemoth. We will see what that's going to bring us. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out everything else we got going on the California Kings channel. Maybe there is some point to this, and I'm about to discover it. I'm kind of hoping that I am about to.
I remember the exact moment. I remember the slight touch of ocean air passing over my skin as I stared aimlessly into the afternoon sky. It's interesting how, though generally more depressing, I actually preferred a cloudy sky to a clear one.
Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. we can monologue later. We can monologue later in the next episode. Behemoth, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you then. Thank you so much.